Welcome to the Strengths Champion podcast. I'm your host, Brent O'Bannon, and we are called to champion strengths around the world for human flourishing. Well, this is my first podcast at 60 years old, and I'm excited today to talk about this topic of why hire a professional coach and how to create a coaching culture. And I want to say right up front that I want to say congratulations to Dr. Derek Cruz, who wrote not only Mastering Human Resource Management, but also another textbook called Talent Development. He and I will be doing a workshop together called Elevate Your HR and Coaching Culture. It'll be on April the 15th, and so you can get the details there, as you can see on the ticker. But today, let's talk a little bit more specific about the industry of coaching, some of the updated statistics since the International Coaching Federation Executive Summary has come out for 2023. And then, of course, I'm going to share some of my own experience as a Master Certified Coach and also the world's first Gallup Certified Strengths Coach. And I'm going to share with you the top 10 reasons why organizations and clients have hired me over the years. So first of all, let me say that the coaching industry is today a $4.56 billion, that's with a B, dollar industry. That means organizations, individuals are paying for not only coach training, but also to hire coaches in their organization. Right now, we have 109,200 certified ICF coaches worldwide. Now, of course, that number would be much bigger if you looked at all types of coaches that are out there in the industry. But 99% of individuals and companies who hired a coach said that they were satisfied or very satisfied in the services and the value they receive from their coaching. We also know that 51% of companies with a strong coaching culture have higher revenues. So that means building a coaching culture, whether you're a small business or a big business, is important for the leadership and the development of your managers and your people. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But we know that coaching cultures have also reported that their median return on investment is 7 times what they paid for the coaching. Let me say that one more time. The median ROI, return on investment, for coaching, paid coaching services, is 7 times the investment. And so 68% of individuals who hired coaches were able to make their investment back. So there is a strong argument that there is a value, and there's statistical evidence that there is a return on investment for coaching. I think it's also interesting that the International Coaching Federation also has discovered that coaches have a mix of types of clients. And this is very closely aligned even to myself. 31% of clients for coaches typically is managers. Executive leaders are at 25%. And so the combined total of 56% represents an increase to 2019. So in other words, more managers, more executive leaders are learning and enjoying having their own professional coach. Also, I think it's interesting, on average, that 57% of clients who have hired coaches are sponsored. So organizations are investing and paying for their manager and leaders and sponsoring coaching for those individuals. Only 43% are primary clients or individual clients who pay out of their own pocket for coaching services, according to the latest International Coaching Federation research. It's also interesting that the majority of coaching clients are 58% because females are smarter. And I also believe they have a lot of openness of mind and heart and spirit. And they also are hungry and they are humble and ready to grow. And so, guys, we need to catch up. So clients are aged 35 to 44. That is 37% of coaching clients aged 35 to 44 years old. And that is the most frequent age of clients that are hiring coaches. And then 32% of clients aged 45 to 54 are hiring coaches. And then around 1 in 5, which is about 21%, are aged under 35 years. So obviously, all different age groups are now hiring coaches. So I think it's important to also understand that there are different types of coaches. Of course, we hear the term life coach, which is a large portion of coaches out there. And then there are what we call business coaches, and they focus more on maybe sales, on marketing, on business development. Life coaches obviously focusing a little bit more on marriage or wellness or possibly self-esteem, issues like that. And then, of course, is executive coaching. Executive coaching, which is my primary specialty, is where you are growing leadership, you are growing talent. And so it's important to realize that there are also what we call strengths-based coaches who have learned to focus more on identifying talent and then focusing on what is right with clients and actually helping them to leverage and even grow the superpower of their strengths while managing the weaknesses. Then there are those that I would say are more weakness-focused coaches. And these are typically coaches who focus on the gap. Where is the gap in people's leadership or in their lives? And then, of course, coaches are helping create interventions to fill in the gap. Either way, both of those are typically issues that clients bring up. They want to focus on strengths, but they also want to manage the gaps. So really the training and the style of how coaches do that is what you're going to find. And I think it's important to understand that the relationship that you have with your coach is paramount. In other words, that you know, like, and trust that coach. So if you come from a faith background and you want a coach that also can be in alignment with your faith and maybe even use scripture or use prayer, and it can give you that kind of feedback in the process, then that may be a better alignment for you. Excuse me. Also, if you come from a background where you are from a different country, maybe you have a different culture or a different country, and you're looking for a coach that understands your environment, that understands and is willing to grow in research and understanding the dynamics that go on from your cultural perspective is huge. So let's get into a few top 10. Why do people hire professional coaches? Well, let me start with number one. Most people want to hire a coach, number one, because they want to grow in their own self-awareness. Many of us understand that if we want to grow in our career or even personally, that means we need to understand our strengths and our weaknesses. So helping people to possibly take assessments and get feedback on those assessments, helping ask powerful questions to clients so that they can better understand their values and how to be in alignment with those values, whether it's professional or personal, I would say is the number one reason that people hire a professional coach. Number two is that people hire to boost employee engagement. Organizations hire me and Strengths Champion Solutions in order to increase the engagement of managers, the engagement of executive leaders, because we know, based on Gallup's latest data and science, that 70% of engagement of employees is dependent on the engagement of a manager and a leader. So that means investing in coaching for the manager and leader is a growing trend. For one organization that has hired me, they told me very upfront in the coaching contract that these particular manager leaders deal with a lot of compassion fatigue as well as vicarious trauma. So they are on the front lines leading and helping in their particular industry. And so they wanted to make sure to invest in well-being coaching, leadership coaching, but also building resilience inside of these leaders inside the organization. Number three is leadership development. There is no doubt that coaching can give that 360 perspective and view on leadership development and helping clients to evaluate where they're strong, where they're more challenged, where their aspirations are. And many times people may have already had 360 feedback and now they're hiring a coach to help them to go to the next level in leadership development. And right alongside that, number four is strategic career planning. So there's no doubt that, for example, succession planning and leaders that are looking to interview and they are a candidate to go at possibly as a CEO or as a successor. And many of them see the value of hiring a coach and then again, helping them to prepare in the interview process of their career planning. Number five reason that people hire professional coaches is to improve team dynamics. There's no doubt that great leaders lead great teams, and great teams need skills and also strategies to help lead and hold each other accountable. And so those improved dynamics of not just understanding your own strengths, but also understanding the strengths of your team members, and then learning how to play to those strengths, learning how to manage those weaknesses as a team. And then also, how do we develop better partnerships on projects inside of our team? This is the number five reason that people hire professional coaches. Number six is improved, or I'm going to say enhanced communication skills. As we all know, leaders need better communication. And so many of those leaders are too wordy or they have fears of public speaking. I've been hired many times to help leaders build their confidence, to build their executive presence so that they can communicate concisely, effectively, either with their team or also with larger organizations. Number 7, which I mentioned earlier, is to increase resilience. Well-being and resilience is a big one for many organizations who are hiring. So if you want to get the best of your people, the trifecta is actually 3 areas: engagement, building employee engagement. Number 2 is strengths, focusing on strengths. And number 3 is well-being. That is the trifecta. So hiring coaches to build those 3 areas into an organization and into their leadership culture is what is going to build up well-being and resilience. And number 8 is individualized goal setting. Many leaders are goal setters. They have big goals, big dreams, big aspirations. And I find that maybe sometimes these are also small business owners, service-based professionals, and they want a mastermind. They want an individual coach that can help grow and hold them accountable to reach their goals. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it is starting a nonprofit. Maybe it is reaching a certain revenue. So personalized goal setting. So if you are a goal-focused, goal-driven professional or person, then I think that is a major reason people hire professional coaches. And here's the last 2. Number 9 is life and work integration. Yeah, I know you hear the word balance, life-work balance or life-work integration. I find that a lot of leaders that I coach, they are so good at being high achievers and giving and working and serving everyone else, that to put the oxygen mask on first is really challenging. And so learning to have a coach that can help them to balance out their own harmony, their own integration of their values, as well as their strengths, and is what brings more meaning. It brings more purpose. It brings more fulfillment. And I even find that many times people are looking for lifestyle changes. And so maybe they've been all work and no play. Maybe they have focused all their life on making money, but yet not working on relationships or working on meaning and purpose, and maybe even giving back and building a legacy. So that is number 9. And here's number 10, why people and organizations hire professional coaches. And that is ongoing professional development. Professional development may mean being more strategic. It may mean learning how to ask more powerful questions and learn a coach approach yourself. Many leaders need and want to learn that coach approach. It could be that you are wanting to grow your emotional intelligence and your social intelligence. It may be that there is a certain blind spot that is hindering your professional development, and you want a coach to come alongside you and support you and hold you accountable. So again, these are the top 10 reasons why organizations and individuals want to hire coaches. So let me quickly summarize again. Number 1, enhanced self-awareness. Number 2, boosted employee engagement. Number 3, leadership development. Number 4, strategic career planning. Number 5, improved team dynamics. Number 6, enhanced communication skills. Number 7, increased resilience and well-being. Number 8, individualized goal setting. Number 9, life and work integration. And number 10, ongoing professional development. So I hope this has spurred some interest in why you should hire a professional coach. And so if you are interested in boosting the coaching culture in your organization, or you want to champion a coaching culture in your organization, then I want to invite you to the upcoming workshop that Dr. Derek Cruz and I will be co-facilitating. It's an hour and a half. And by the way, if you are a human resource professional, you will also get PDC credits, professional development credits for that workshop. And even if you're not in the human resource, maybe you're in the learning development, or maybe you are a manager or leader who wants to grow yourself personally or professionally, this workshop absolutely will be beneficial to you as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the Strengths Champion podcast today. And remember, we are here to help you grow stronger, work smarter, and of course, lead wiser. Take care, everyone. See you soon.